Welcome back to another video. I am Gold Raven and this one is on how to play AQ3D using a PS4 controller. Now before I get started with this video, I will first have to tell you this is for Steam users only. If you are not using Steam to play AQ3D, this will not be for you. But if this video helps you, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You can also hit that notification bell if you want to be informed of the videos that I upload. So let's get started on this. The first thing you're going to want to do is once you've opened up your main Steam thing, you could just do it from the library or whatever, and then click on the view right here. You want to go into big picture mode. Now once you are in this mode, you want to head up to this little thing up here. In here you're going to have different settings, and what you're looking for is the controller setting. Now you've got several different ones that you can have. So if you have a PlayStation controller, you can configure this. If you have an Xbox One, use this one, Switch, so on and so forth. Any one that you're going to be wanting to use, you can put it on. If you don't have one of these, but you have a generic one, you could just grab this one right here. You will see, I'm not sure why it says unregistered. I'm not really sure what that means, but now I've got it connected through the USB, but some computers can run Bluetooth. Mine actually can, so I could run it wirelessly through the PS4 controller and my computer. Once you have toggled whatever the one is that you need, back out of the settings, now you want to go into the library. Once you're in the library, click on your AQ3D game, and over here you're going to see Manage Game. Click on that, and I didn't touch any other settings here. The only settings I touched was controller configuration. So go into here, and this is the setup that I have. I customized this to what I wanted. Now down here you can go to Browse Configurations. It will show you which one is recommended. Now for AQ3D, it's the keyboard and mouse. This is a configuration. You can use other ones if you want, but this was the one that I had started with, and what I did was I customized it. It's pretty easy to customize. All you have to do is grab the thing by clicking on it and changing each one. So it was already set. Everything else here was all set. All I did was I changed the name and I changed what button it was. They had a different button. I hit number 1 and then I changed the name to attack. For this one here, it was the same except that I had it set as number 3. So it's using the third ability and I changed it to ability. And this is the same that I did for these two as well. For the travel menu here, this is the select the share button, and what I did for the share button or select button, it depends on what controller you're using, but what I did was I changed it so that I put M. This opens up the travel menu, and that's why I put as the word travel menu so that I would know what it was. Over here, this is the options button. For you, it's going to be the start button or something else depending on what controller you're using. You don't have to have a PS4 controller, but this is what I'm using. And then I use the escape button because that's the main menu, and that's why I put menu as the word. For this section right here, I have it set like this. I actually had to make a modification here. I made a mistake when I'd set this part up, but anyways, now I have it set properly. So this one here, I clicked the I as this is going to be the action, and then I typed in inventory because when you hit the I on the keyboard, it's your inventory. If I'm hitting this button up here, it will be opening the inventory. If I hit this button right here, it will be drinking my mana potion or whatever I have in the second toolbar category. Over here, this is my HP. So if the first slot in my toolbar is an HP potion, If I use this button, it will be drinking a health potion. And then this button, I have it set to the F key. And the reason why is because if you hit the F key on the keyboard, it opens up the loot bag. Now you do need to manually grab the loot. That's the tricky part, but I will show you that when I'm in game. For the next section, you've got the movements, and these are also very important. Now this was already set. I did not touch anything here or over here, but I did change these. This, I did not change the word that was already there, but I did, actually no, sorry, I didn't even change that either. I didn't change anything there or there. I did change this, however. Originally, this was S, but I changed it to E. The reason why is the E and the Q are the flanking keys. So what I did was I put the E here with the move right, and I put the Q there. I also changed the click action. Now, if you press the V button, you're going to use one of the toolbar abilities. And I have the travel form set on my last toolbar ability, which is why I have it set to V, and then I put travel form just so I would know what it was. So if you click down on this button, it will turn me into a travel form. Now for this joystick, they had it set as a mouse, but I actually didn't need the mouse because on the PS4 you have a touchpad. So I said if I'm going to be using the mouse, I'm just going to use the touchpad capabilities. But I was going to use this for the cameras. So I have, oh sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. I have this one set for the camera going to the left. It's the A makes you turn to the left and the D makes you turn to the right. And I have those set on this joystick because I thought that was better. If you click down, you'll see here I have mouse click. Now to do that, all I had to do was click on right here. This is the left click on your mouse, and I put that. This makes it a lot easier, and the reason why it's a lot easier is because if I'm using the mouse, for instance, if I hit the loot, the F button, I press this down arrow, it'll open up the bag. I can then move my touchpad to position the key and then, the mouse, and then all I have to do is click down on this joystick and it will pick up the loot. So I found this was the best setup, at least personally for me. The final part is this setup here, and that is these buttons here. If you press this button, you will jump. If you press this button, you'll be swapping between the NPCs or the mobs. So if you're attacking a Frogzard but you want to attack a Sneevil that's right next to you, you tap this button and you will switch and attack that. This one here is your ultimate. So I have the other three abilities up here, and then I have the fourth ability, the ultimate, here, and then I have the cross skill up here. So these two are attacks, these four are attacks. So you have 6 different attacks right here. That's why I had it set up this way. And it was pretty easy to do. All I have to do was set this up, type in the name, and I hit the corresponding button. And for this one, it's R. And then for this one, it is 5. You type in, hit the 5. And then for this one, it's the tab button. So you put the tab, and then I just called it target switch because that's what it is. This one here is the space bar. And then I just typed in jump because that's what it is. In fact, I think jump was already there. I did actually forget to mention, I had to change this to directional pad. This was actually something I did have to do. I had to change this to directional pad because the original setting had it on joystick move or mouse region. It was something different. It was not directional pad. So you will have to manually change this if you want to go with the setup I have. Now, I was originally thinking of having the zoom in and zoom out here, but upon setting that, it was actually zooming in and out when I was accidentally bumping it. You know, if I was like putting the joystick in between, it was zooming out. If I put it up here, it was zooming in, so it didn't really work. But this is the setup I have going. So once you're done setting it up the way that you like it, You can then get out of there as long as you make sure that it is working, and then you go to your game and then you click on play. I'm using the touch pad right now, and I'm going to use the the joystick. I can actually click on the touchpad as well because it is another button. And right now this is using the right joystick to look around. It's a bit sensitive, I find, a little too sensitive personally. And what I can do is adjust this by clicking down on the joystick or by clicking on the touchpad, and then I can move the touchpad. I'm holding down the right joystick right now, and I can adjust the screen to how I want it. So let's say I want it like this. Now I can move using the left joystick, and I can flank. This is me flanking. I'm using just one joystick, and then I can look around with the other joystick. So it controls just like most video games that I play has this. The controls for the joystick, sorry, not the controls. The camera for the joystick is a bit, it kind of seems to lock a bit differently, but I think it just takes some getting used to. It's a little bit sensitive. So then I press the trigger button and I can attack, and I can use the right, what is that called? R1, anyways, R1 or the right bumper. Depending on what controller you're using, it's different names for different things. That was the left bumper. And for the left trigger, it's this. And I can use my cross skill by pressing the triangle button or the Y button, depending on what controller you're on. And the square or the X, depending on, again, what you're on. Oh, I don't have the ultimate. Okay, so I can't do the ultimate right now. That's fine. I'll just use the second ability. Now, for the looting, all I have to do is click the down arrow, and I can just grab the stuff I want. I have to use the touchpad to grab the thing, and then I can just click on the joystick to grab what I want. This is basically how you can play the game. Loot, click. I've got the thing positioned exactly where I want it now, so haha. Grab all the loot I want. I'm almost at my ultimate. I'm going to use the cross skill here, and I can use the ultimate. I'm gonna let her kill him. I'll grab this loot. And I can use my ultimate over here. That was the square button or the X button, depending on what you're on. Like I said, this is the triangle or the Y. This one here is my health potions. So when I click the arrow, well, it tells me that I can't because my health is full. I don't have any mana, but I had it set as mana because I should have set it as buff because I don't actually carry any mana potions. But if I did have mana potions, this is where I would put it, would be right here. And all I have to do is click the left arrow buttons to use that. Unfortunately, I don't have any button set to this. There is no button set to this one, so this one can't really be used. But I do have this one set. When I'm running, all I have to do, I don't even have to run. I can just stand here, but I have to click on the left stick. I click down on the left stick and it can transform. So if you press up on the analog buttons, on the arrow keys, if you press the up arrow, it activates your inventory. And this way you have quick access to your inventory that way. Now on the PS4, the share button is the travel menu. On other controllers, it'd probably be called the select button or something like that. So you just press that and it opens up your travel menu. If you press the start button or the options button, some of them are different, you press that and it's the main menu. And last but not least is the O button or the B button on the Xbox, depending on what controller you're using. If you press it, it targets a mob, but if you press it again, it will target another one. You can switch between the creatures that are close by. So this is handy if you're attacking one thing and you want to attack something else that's attacking you. Maybe you can just use the O button or the B button to switch. But there you go. This shows you that you can use controllers to play AQ3D, and it's actually a lot. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the jump. That's the X button on the PS4, or the A button if you're playing on the Xbox. So it's actually a lot of fun using the controller. It's completely changed the game for me. So the only thing I need to tweak is the in-game camera, and I'm not exactly sure how to tweak that. Now, the only problem is I can't really go up and down on the camera unless what I do is I hold the right stick, the right joystick, I click down on it, and then I can move the camera with my touchpad to however I want. I can also pan it around just like that. So this is all using my controller, my PS4 controller. So let me know what you guys think in the comments of this video. Also, another thing is this proves that AQ3D could be playable on the PS4 or on Switch or on the Xbox One. This could be a console game. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps some of you guys out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.